Welcome, Awakened Minds. Today, we're going to explore something powerful: how to live your life like a skillful alchemist. Now, I'm not talking about turning lead into gold in a laboratory. I'm talking about the art of turning life's shadows, our fears, struggles, and pain, into wisdom, strength, and purpose. Because if you can learn to transmute your experiences, you'll unlock one of the greatest secrets to living with meaning and peace. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's go deep. 1. The student of every emotion. Let's begin with emotions. Most of us were taught to label them as good or bad. Joy is good. Sadness is bad. Confidence is good. Fear is bad. But the truth is, emotions are just energy in motion. Think of yourself as the student of every emotion. Joy can act like a compass. It shows you what lights up your soul. But pain is one of the greatest teachers. Did you know psychologists have found that emotional pain lights up the same regions of the brain as physical pain? That's why heartbreak can literally feel like your chest is hurting. But here's the twist. While physical pain warns you of harm, emotional pain often points to where healing and growth are waiting. And what about fear? Neuroscientists say fear is just your amygdala firing, an ancient survival system. But when you face fear consciously, that same energy can be transformed into laser focus and even courage. Just like an alchemist changes lead into gold, you can take fear and reshape it into fuel for your next step forward. 2. The gardener of the subconscious. Now, let's shift to the garden of your mind. Every thought you think is a seed. Some are nourishing, like, I am capable, or I am loved. Others are weeds, like, I'll never succeed, or I'm not enough. Science tells us the subconscious mind processes about 95% of our daily actions. That's like running on autopilot. If your subconscious is full of weeds, guess what grows? A tangled, exhausting life. But if you start planting conscious seeds, positive affirmations, empowering beliefs, you'll slowly reprogram that inner soil. One simple practice is this: when you catch yourself with a limiting thought, pause and replace it with a better one. For example, instead of I can't do this, try I'm learning how to do this. Over time, those small shifts become a blooming garden. And remember, pulling weeds takes patience, but every weed you remove makes space for something beautiful to grow. 3. The river that knows its destination. Now, let's talk about flow. Imagine a river. A river doesn't argue with the rocks in its path. It simply flows around them. And yet, it always finds its way to the ocean. Living like the river means holding your vision while also being fully present. You don't need to control every ripple because the current itself is carrying you. In fact, in Japanese culture, there's a concept called mizu no kokoro, which translates to mind like water. Martial artists use this to describe a state of calm readiness, being fully present, neither overreacting nor resisting. That's flow. That's trust. When we release the need to micromanage the universe, we start to see synchronicities, those little signs and coincidences that remind us we're exactly where we need to be. 4. A portal to oneness. And finally, let's explore oneness. One of the most profound truths across all spiritual traditions is this: the external world is a mirror. What you see in others, whether it's love, judgment, or kindness, reflects something within yourself. Neuroscience backs this up too. Our brains have something called mirror neurons. When we see someone smile, our brain activates as if we're smiling too. That's empathy. That's connection. So when you show compassion to others, you're really training compassion within yourself. When you extend forgiveness, you free your own heart. You become a portal to oneness, where the boundaries between me and them start to dissolve. And here's the magic. The secrets of the universe aren't hidden out there in the stars. They're encoded in you, waiting to be remembered. So, let's bring this full circle. To live your life like a skillful alchemist means becoming the student of every emotion, tending your subconscious like a gardener, flowing like the river that trusts its destination, and embracing oneness, seeing yourself in all things. In essence, it's about waking up to the profound magic of being human. If today's message resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. What shadow in your life is ready to be transmuted into gold? Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found value here, please like, share, and subscribe so more people can learn to step into their own inner alchemy. And remember, your life is the masterpiece, and you are the alchemist.